Hey guys, welcome back to Fretline Studios. Today we're looking at the B major chord on the guitar. So this is a bit of a tricky one for beginners, so stick around till the end because I'll show you a couple of tips that hopefully will make things a little bit easier for you and give you a better understanding of the B major chord and how to play it cleanly. Okay, so throughout this lesson we're not going to worry about playing that E string there, the fat E string as I call it. We're just going to play these 5 strings here. So this string is not part of the B major chord. So we take our first finger, 2nd fret, and we just, if you like, form a bar, hence the term bar chord with it. We then take our 3rd finger and we do what I call a mini bar, which is across the D, the G and the B strings. And then we just play those 5 strings. And that essentially is your B major chord. So there's a couple of different ways you can play it. That's one of the ways I prefer to play it. Another way I sometimes play it is instead of my 3rd finger there, I swap that and I use my pinky. So it's exactly the same, just different finger. Depends what chords you're playing previously or what, where you're coming from. Sometimes you might go to that naturally, sometimes you might go to that. It's good to be able to play both. And a final way to do it, which is very good for beginners as well, although don't shy away from learning these because it's important to learn those as well. But another way you can do it is, again, you bar at the 2nd fret and then you take your 2nd finger, place that on the D string, take your 3rd finger, place that on the G string, and then you take your little pinky, your 4th finger, and put that on the B string, all at the 4th fret. So you can see the 4th fret's a bit of a squeeze, but it does all fit, and then you play the 5 strings again. So that's your B major chord. So there's a couple of, as you can see, there's a couple of different ways you can play it. There's no right or wrong. They all sound the same. It just basically depends. You've got to find a way that you can find that you can play it cleanly and it's comfortable to you. So it doesn't matter which one of those you choose. Mix it up. Sometimes play it one way, sometimes play it another way. It really doesn't matter. So a couple of tips I've learned. Whenever you learn a chord for the first time, always try and play each string in that chord and make sure it rings out. You don't want to have anything like this, because then that way you know something's not quite right with your fingers. So if you're getting any fret buzz, any buzzing, any muted notes, anything like that, then that's where you need to just take it a step back and take your hand off, reposition your fingers and try again. Keep persevering with it. It is very, very difficult as a beginner to get this right. But 5 to 10 minutes practice every day, you'll soon have it, probably in a couple of weeks at the latest. So just keep persevering with it, you will get it. Another good tip, which helps with, especially with bar chords, a lot of the time when you're playing a chord, like a G for instance, you can see straight away where my thumb goes to. So it's just over the top, hanging over. And if you're doing sort of solo work, sometimes you might be like, again, your thumb over the top. A good tip though is if you put thumbs up, bring that behind the fretboard, and then you lay that flat against the fretboard like that, and then you just open your hand out, pivot at your joint here, pivot at your thumb joint, so your thumb still faces up, but you just pivot your hand around, and then that opens up your hand, so it makes you a lot more accessible to the fretboard, and that is a lot easier for bar chords then. One final tip I'm going to give you is when you're strumming chords, sometimes, especially as a beginner, it can be very difficult to not play, for instance, that string there that's not part of the chord. So what we're going to do, if you was playing that, and you naturally you end up strumming all 6 strings, but you don't want to be doing that. So all you're going to do is this finger here, your 1st finger, just move it up slightly so that is then resting. It's just touching that E string that we don't play. And then if you play it, here that is muted. So when you then play a chord, you probably see it vibrating here. I'm playing it. You can't really hear it because it's drowned out by the rest of the chord. And that's what you know. So again, it's key position. Take your time, really position your fingers correctly, and just play it slowly. Take everything slowly. Don't try and rush with it. Okay, so hopefully that's helped you guys out learning this difficult chord. As I say, it's going to take you a little while if you're a beginner, but please keep persevering with it. You will get there. Just practice 5 to 10 minutes a day on it. Just take things nice and slowly. Make sure you're getting a nice, clean sound out of it, and you will get there. Okay, cheers guys. Like and subscribe. Thanks guys.